wicked people, I am a bandit. I am a bandit. But I said this is careful. I am a bandit. I am a bandit. Tell boy you a father. Another way to start. By a beat your chest and smile. Say that man. Another way for God. Your soul can rest at night. Oh, you're a bad man. Someone is a man. Someone that protecting your one by a beat. Yeah, you're my man. Yeah, you're my man. I'm my man. Yeah, you're my man. Yeah, you're my man. Sit down, rock. Tell them about me, go stop it. I'm a people. Make me like people. Sit down, rock. People, now people. Everything's just for the people. I am a bandit. I am a bandit. But I'm not the people. I am a bandit. I am a bandit.
Good evening, sir. How are we doing? All right, can you hear me well? Okay. It's action time. Just like the name says, Darrell, bandits in our midst. That's what we have today. We have a lot of bandits. We got a lot of bandits. And that's what today's topic is about. Bandits. Don't worry, I'll go about the US, but right now it's just locally trending right now. Hello, Gemma, how are you doing? Everything all right or what? You hear me good? All right. So much to talk about. Where do I start? Where do I start? So much to talk about. Oh, this is what I'm going to do. Every time we do something, we're going to learn something. And hello, Carlton, how are you doing? All right? Okay. Well, anyhow, my last live, Sharon, how are you doing? My last live, there was a fanboy who came out there and started attacking me and said I wasn't putting right information and accurate information, and if they can't tell you, and all that stuff like the Hello Sharon and all that garbage, and I proved him wrong. Proved him wrong, and he still want to attack even though I proved him wrong. So what you do, you don't attack the message, you attack the messenger. So in that case, I realized, well, hey, I need to give him a special prize. And I'm going to give him a special prize. It's at the end, it's almost at the end or maybe in the middle, I'll stop and I'll give him a special prize because he deserves a special prize for being a fool and for not understanding things and for speaking before understanding and speaking before he check his facts and everything like that before they do that. So now we're going to learn something here today. A lot. Let's start with this. And I'm going to read this. This is what this is. And this was in 2006. If you can see it on the screen, 2006. This is what it is. And I'm going to read it because you need to read this and understand what's going on. Okay. Trinidad and Tobago's dirty peg to the US dollar and inflation galore. Fateful days for the economy. And they said basically that the economy had reached full capacity and now threatened to burst without reining in. This was done by the Council on Hemispheric Affairs. And this was done on 2006, September 18, 2006. Listen to this and listen well. Hello, Shari. Hello, Brand. Hello, Brand. All right. Thank you for your loyalty and your patriotism. Right. They said Trinidad and Tobago's roaring economy has almost reached full capacity and now threatens to burst and everything like that. Without reining in the inflation rate and loosening its artificial peg to the US dollar, valuable gains in Trinidad and Tobago international trade could be wiped out. And they said the economy desperately needs diversification away from dependence on energy sector. Then blah, 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 more stuff, more stuff, more stuff, more stuff, more stuff. And they said, the explosive economic performance is increasing external and fiscal surpluses as well as reducing public debt. What is most amazing, however, is the disregard shown by the leadership in Port of Spain concerning the very real danger lurking behind this tiger of an economy. Trinidad and Tobago, with a single sector economy and is managed pegged to the US dollar, must track its revenue and make a special effort to prevent a disastrous inflation-induced bust, which we went through. And they said, basically, is that it becomes extremely likely that the inflation-induced pressure bubble will eventually burst. And they went on and saying that what's hiding it is the oil and gas figures. And they went on and they said that Trinidad and Tobago's reluctance to abandon its currency peg to the US dollar has given wings to the country's flight to an economic recession. Preserving its artificially valued currency has provided a deceptive strength to the Trinidad and Tobago dollar, obscuring the real appreciation stemming from the country's recent economic expansion. So what they were saying at that time, what they did at the time is that they allowed, here one more part. Here one more part. Since the Trinidad and Tobago dollar is kept at a lower pegged rate, foreigners can buy Trinidad and Tobago products like natural gas and other products cheaper than if the currency was appreciating, as would happen if it was freely floated. However, the average Trinidad and Tobago purchasing power falls as the TNT dollar they are using to buy groceries actually holds more value than the basket of goods they purchase. So and they said continuous false ratio will only increase Trinidad and Tobago rising inflation rate and will threaten to destabilize the economy. So that part, that first 3 pages of it, here's what they're talking about. Listen well. So now what they're saying, since 2006 or before, your central bank in collusion with the manufacturers, which are the 1%ers, what they did, they artificially set up your currency to be at a lower peg. That's what they did. So despite the oil booms and everything like that, what it did not, it's never going to reflect on the currency, because what happened was that the central bank in collusion with the manufacturers had set the currency artificially low. And what they're saying is that it's a good thing for the manufacturers because their goods will become cheaper, but it's not a good thing for you because your dollar in effect has more purchasing power than what it was used to purchase in your groceries. So therefore, what they did, they artificially caused the dollars to stay low. And they said that's not good because what it has done, it has increased the inflation rate. When they increase the inflation rate to such a point, what it does, it will lead into recession. And there are 2 things that will cause that. Too much money chasing too few goods, 1. And 2, when you have a currency that's not actually reflecting what is value and what is worth based on the trade and the dollar surpluses. And that's what they did. So what they did, they screwed you over because the manufacturers wanted an up and an end, and they got it, and the rest of the population screw you all. And that's what they did. And they're saying that they can't do that because if you do that, what's going to happen is that it's going to cause a hyperinflation. And they said actually, without the oil and gas figures, Trinidad and Tobago has a hyperinflation. So don't be fooled. They say it's masking it. That's what they said. You need to change your bank? Not yet. We'll talk about that. So, video, I hear you. So this is what they have been doing. Hello, Hazra. So this is what they have been doing. They have been deliberately holding your money at a lower rate. So therefore, that same dollar is actually to purchase more than what you have in your groceries or whatever you purchase. But what happened is that they deliberately did it in order to screw you over because the manufacturers had colluded with the central bank. And what everyone don't know is that everyone thinks the central bank is autonomous. It's autonomous to for its in-house purchases and for its in-house in terms of salaries and everything and other capital costs. But the central bank is not independent like the DPP or independent maybe like the president or like the commissioner of police. The central bank is dependent on the political directives. And this is one of the few countries where the central bank is adhered to the political directive. In the US, no hell, no hell, no. Central bank is totally independent. England, Bank of England, totally independent. Here, nope. And they did it that way because they could manipulate the money, manipulate the money coming in and the money coming out. And this think tank had said that we're doing something nasty here. It's not good. It's not good. So I'll say a little more and then I'll continue with this, right? It boggles the mind to realize that these people you pay in the central bank are colluding with the political directive and also colluding with the manufacturers in order to make your money artificially low to enhance the manufacturers. And they said, so safeguarding against an economic recession caused by trying to Tobago's managed interest rates, misbegotten currency pegging, and increasing unregulated inflation requires a multilateral solution. And they said, so far, our bank, which is our main bank, right? What they have done is they've put all the efforts into managing monetary policy, but ignoring the fiscal aspect of inflation risk. And that's what they did. The central bank has demonstrated behavior typical of countries that have suffered the ruinous effect of a duty peg. Yet with higher oil and gas prices, right? The central bank has avoided a lot, the central bank has put in large projects, right? New medical facilities and all that stuff like that, but they don't have the doctors to run it. And this is what they're saying. And what they're also saying is that they have to tighten monetary control through better interest rate management. So right now, our interest rate is not being managed. It's not being managed. And they said over and over again, right, that we have the money, everything has to be diversified. And nothing is diversified because everything was done deliberate. And when you understand that the whole thing is a whole cycle between the central bank, between the manufacturers, between the 1%ers, and between government policies. And I don't care, PNM or UNC, it doesn't matter which one. All have colluded in the same way. So therefore, what has happened is that your money is artificially pegged and is not at the right root as how it should be. It leads to hyperinflation. When you have that hyperinflation, what happens is that you're going to have too much money chasing too much goods. You're going to create that inflation. And then what happens is that not on the ground, but in the banks. Also, they said the central bank now does not offer any kind of monitoring or any kind of data with respect to how the money circulates. They said the commercial banks in Trinidad and Tobago could only tell them how much money they need, but they cannot tell them who it is for. They don't tell them who it is for. And that's a problem. Because now, if you say, okay, it's for this agricultural produce, we have to import goods and services in order to manufacture it or process it and send it back to make more money, then what happens that foreign reserve can go towards them. And then by them exporting now, you create more forex. It doesn't do it that way. All the banks have to tell them, listen, I'm short $2 billion. Can I get $2 billion US from you? And that's what they do. Right? It's all bandits, every single one of them. Bandits, 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 every single one. How could you hold a country of 1.2 million people hostage just for the sake of no more than 150 manufacturers? How can you do this? I mean, this is insane. This is crazy. This is like unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. And your taxes pay for this shit. Your taxes pay for it. Your taxes pay for them to screw you over. Good night, Jim. How are we doing? Hello, Helen. And hello, Hazra. Once you start to understand the whole intricacies, and then, wait, hold on. I have this one here. Dr. Trevor Terence Farrell, or whatever his name is. Right? Let me get that one here, because I need to listen to this one. This is one. Do I have it here? Yeah. Terence Farrell, 27th of January 2016 at the Lloyd Best Institute at the West Indies. And he was talking about the central bank and the laws and everything like that. And he said the commercial banks, which is the 5 banks we know of, has no obligation to tell the central bank why the customers need a forex. All they're going to tell them they need forex, like I said. Okay, and he spoke about the fact that the central bank is not independent, but is dependent on the political directive. So now, what has been going on for the past how many years, 35, 40 years, whatever, is that we have been screwed. We have been screwed by our own central bank because they've been colluding with us. That's what's been happening. And you want to know why you can't get $200 US to the bank, even though as part of the royalty from the oil and gas, you're supposed to have more than that. Because of the fact that you don't matter. What matters is what the banks are telling them that they need, and they're going to give it to the banks, and the banks going to give it to the major customers. And you know, most of these banks have interlocking directorship, where a lot of the manufacturers directors sit on the boards. So of course, you know where that money is going to go. But you, as part of that being part of your heritage, and that money being part of you, you don't get shit. Sorry, I'm sorry to curse, but I'm angry. I'm really, really angry about this. I'm really, really angry about this. Because we've been held hostage by a central bank that don't give a crap about us, by a central bank that not created any data points to show what's going on. And then this same Farrell, Dr. Terence Farrell, in his pompous self, come and tell everyone, oh, in order for me to explain how a central bank works, you have to be a person who understands, a banker who understands forex or economics. Bull to crap. I trade in forex. I don't need the economic degree, because this is what they're doing. They have done. They have given the illusion, in order for you to understand certain things, you have to be an economics or someone with a PhD. You don't need an economic or PhD. All our old school thinking back to British days 50 years ago is over. This is the internet. This is the age of the internet. You could know anything and everything by just Googling, or you could go on YouTube and everything. I taught myself how to do trading. I didn't pay anybody. I taught myself how to do trading. Okay? You could do the same thing too. I can sit right here, sit right at my desk, don't work for nobody for the rest of my life, and all I gotta do is spend 2 hours trading, either in the morning or late at night, 2 o'clock in the morning on the Asian markets. I make $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in one night, and that's it. I'm good, and I'm going to my bed. And you can do the same damn thing without teaching anyone. You don't need an economic degree to understand things. And people fail to understand that. Stop going into this traditionalist mode of the old British system of learning. That doesn't fly anymore. It doesn't fly anymore. This is what's been going on here. So now what they're saying, they're trying to manage the inflation risk, which they've been doing a poor job of it. And that's what they've been saying. They've been doing a poor job of managing the inflation. So now don't you know that in order for when a country has too much money circulating in the economy, and what it does, it can dilute the monetary value. One of the fastest ways and the easiest ways to remove money from circulation in an economy is by taxes. Taxes. So let's say, for example, the bank is saying, I have $3 billion in savings, in deposits, and I have $6 billion in deposits. What happens is that it can be a false pejorative because of the fact that he can have $3 billion in deposit savings. But if you're a narco state, like what Trinidad and Tobago is, then over $1.5 billion of that is narco money. So if you have $1.5 billion of narco money, what it does, it skews the statistics, and it skews the idea in that thing that we have a lot of money floating around and circulating around. So what the banks do, they send a signal to the government, and one of the ways to do it is a tax. Tax is the easiest, fastest way to remove money out of circulation in an economy. So by doing that, you keep the dollar stable, and the dollar won't be free cheese. And like I said, we have a fractional banking system, like most countries. Sweden is about to debate to go back to the gold reserve or gold standard system. But we have a fractional banking system, and like I said, on my last live, is that when a bank give you a loan, or deposit, or whatever the case may be, it's just 0 and 1. It's just money. It just It is figures, 0 and 1. It's not real money. It's not real money. Your bank give you a loan with an interest. Interest is created out of thin air. That's what it is. So you work for something that's created out of thin air. And that's how they gain their value and everything. And when you work for thin air, then what happens is that value goes back into the banking system as a ledger on your books. Nothing is real. You know, that's why central banks try to avoid commercial banks from getting a run on their money. If everybody go and pull out their money at the same time, the banks cannot give everybody back their money. They may have $2 billion in deposits, but it's not $2 billion in real $2 billion. When you start to understand these things, you understand how fractional reserve works. You don't need to have an economics degree. And that is how our government been doing. That's how our central bank been doing. We need to fight the central bank because they're not looking out for our interests. So now we have for narco state, we have a FIU, a financial intelligence unit that has no teeth, which is deliberate because now you can't go over all the money launderers. And like I told you over and over again, this is what we have. We have a lot of money. We are so corrupted. It is so bad that even when thank God, when I have to trade in cryptocurrency in South Korea, I can't put myself as a Trinidad and Tobago citizen because if I do that now, I get banned. Because what happened is that they do not, Trinidad and Tobago is one out of 5 countries, they ban us because of the deep money laundering that's going on in our country. And yet the government, knowing that, allowing all these Chinese to come in and set up all these different gambling places. China, they can't even do it. Only Macau, which just taken off from the Portuguese. Only Macau they could do gambling, but they can't do it in that because that is why Nevada is heavily regulated, because the propensity for money laundering is pretty high, and we have nothing in our country to stop the money laundering. Nothing is going on. And then what happened in the Bahamas when they do have the gambling? It's not for the citizens; it's for the tourists to gain forex, and it's heavily regulated. Here is an open thing, open season. So now, when the Chinese come and they get your money, now what they do now, they go to the central bank and say, "I want to change this into US dollars," which is de facto go between money before they kick it back in the Chinese money, right? So what happened is that put pressure on the central bank because when they go now and they said, "I've made $20 million this month," and I'm here. And I'm going to their bank and I said, I want to change it to US dollars. What happens is that bank don't tell them who is it for. Tell the central bank, listen, I have a shortfall of $20 million US dollars. I need it. And they'll give it to them. But the guy in Caroni who has 50 acres of land and is planting his garden and he's doing that agro-processing industry, and all he wants is $1 million for the machinery that come from Texas to here to do this agro-processing in order to make exportable produce. He can't get it. He can't get it. These are the games, but right? And he's a citizen and he can't get it. Because that's the games they play with you. All this crap is all here. If I want later on, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna try and see if I can post it online. Ridiculous. Look at that, 2006, and people suffering. People suffering left, right, and center and can't get it. All because a whole bunch of collusion going on. This is what's been happening to us all along. Let me tell you what we have. Trinidad and Tobago, UK from the United Kingdom. It's almost like their information on us. We are the 6th largest LNC exporter in the world. 6th largest in the world. We are the largest exporter of ammonia. We are the 2nd largest in methanol. But yet, since 2016, we have been down 6 places in the corruption index. 6 places. We're known for human trafficking, deeply known for human trafficking. We have the Pitch Lake, we have the Buku Reef, we have the Caroni Swamp, we have the Scarlet Ibis, we have oil, we have gas, we have close proximity to Central and South America. We have that, lots and lots. We have that. We have over 100 years experience in the oil business, and we're the 2nd cheapest in processing natural gas in the world. Okay, going back to this one, We have the buffalipso, Armadillo buffalipso. We have the hill rice. We have the Moga scorpion, which is indigenous to us. We also have the steel pan and the e-pan. So now we're going back to the buffalipso. So now last Friday, Clarence Rambarat had said that basically he don't give a crap about the buffalipso. He don't care about it. He don't care. It doesn't matter. Who the hell care about it? Who the hell care about the buffalipso? The buffalipso was a crossbreed animal between a cow and a buffalo, and we call it buffalipso. And it was a great breed, because I remember when my brother-in-law, he was the head of the Agricultural Development Bank in Tobago, and he had introduced the buffalipso to Tobago at the Lato Estate. I remember it. I remember actually had a horn from the buffalipso. Had a horn from the buffalipso. It's okay, Dan, you okay. But I had a horn from the buffalipso, and it was like this huge, this big and this huge. And that buffalipso, it had died, and I took the horn and I dried out and I preserved it and I put it on the front lawn. And everybody in Tobago thought I was working Obia, some bullcrap, whatever. Who cares? But it didn't bother me in the least, because I just love the idea of having it. And then I'll take this huge horn with the skull, and I had my sister had a Land Cruiser, and I mount on top of the Land Cruiser like this. So, I'm like a Texan. And it just scared crap out of people, because people thought it was some kind of voodoo stuff, whatever. Who cares? Anyhow, right? Later on, when I came back, I still had it in my garage, and my mother planted flowers around it. Interesting. Anyhow, so this is a breed that we have, and right now in the United States, everyone looking for grass-fed beef. Everyone looking for different ways of getting nutritious milk. So instead of having cow's milk, everybody looking for buffalo milk, looking for different kinds of milk and everything like that. Now is a good time to regenerate the herd and start, because it's our patent. It's our Trans-Tobago patent. It's actually a Trans-Tobago patent. The buffalipso is actually a patent, and it's part of our intellectual property rights. So now what you need to do, because he's saying he don't care where are the other the private sector to jump in and help, because he don't give a crap about it and everything like that. We spend too much money as a cash cow. This man is an idiot. This man is an idiot. Dr. Clarence Rambarat, I call you an idiot. This is the problem when you have too many academics running the show, because they're so down in this friggin' bubble, they don't know how to create nothing. Nothing. You're trying to tell me you have an intellectual property like this, like the buffalipso, and there's no way that you can increase the herd, safeguard your patent, and at the same time make it commercially viable, and say government not supposed to do that, private enterprise? Well, fool, let me give you something. Everyone knows about the Human Genome Project. The Human Genome Project was started in 1990 and it finished in 2003. And basically was mapping all the DNA of the human body. Thanks, Helen. Hello, Nadia. Hello, Lauren. So what happened is that billions of dollars, over $3 billion was spent mapping the human genome. Federal funds was used to map the human genome. $3 billion. Do you know what the market right now on gene splicing is? It's worth over $400 billion and moving up right now, because the government have poured that money, $3 billion. And the payback it has gone back to US economy has been tremendous, because it has created millions of jobs. It has created a whole different infrastructure. It has created CRISPR. And CRISPR is clustered, regularized, interspaced, short, palindromic repeats. Basically what it is, you can take anything, any DNA, and splice it with bacteria, and you can create new genomes, new DNA. You can do it. That's what was created. Like things like for DNA evidence, stuff like that. Yes. And you can take plants, you can take soil, find the microbes in the soil, and create new antibacterial drugs. That's where it spawned and more. Government spending that, and look what that's created. We can't even take the damn buffalipso and friggin' regenerate the herd, make it commercially viable, and then export the females, export the males that's barren, that they can't produce, and anytime they have to produce milk, they come to us to get the semen, and that's a cost, a factor attached to that. And we can't even say, well, okay, you know what? Here you try because the meat is lean, it has a distinct flavor. We can't even make cheese out of the milk. We can make cheese out of the milk, and people will pay 3 to 4 times for it because of the fact that it's rare and something new. Instead, we have a dummy doctor, all them doctor, including doctor, including that other doctor, right? Rowley, right? Same crap. Same thing, don't have a clue about nothing because they have spent all their life in academia. The academics are not the ones who create new industries. It's the entrepreneurs. Get that right. Get that right. So now he's talking all this crap. And this is the problem we're getting. Too many academics running the roost. Just like in the central bank. There's no creative force there. There's nothing creative. Nobody can think straightforward and say, listen, let me have a vivid imagination. Let's move this. I have an idea. Let's run the data, see if it makes sense. See if it makes sense. Nope, they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that because they're insecure about themselves. This is what happened. Nothing but marketing. Four P's in marketing: product, place, promotion, price. Know nothing about it. Nothing. We have idiots. We have a whole bunch of idiots. Here's a vision to teach. That's why I call them bandits. That's all they're good for. They're good for stealing. They're good for going into the treasury and finding new methodology of stealing money. But they themselves can't be creative to do anything. And that's what we have. That's what we're dealing here right now. This is what we're dealing here right now. So now, going back to this fool who had tried to charge me in my last live and saying I'm doing misinformation. And after I proved him that he was wrong, after that, I have this prize for him, by the way. You know what? Let me stop and give this prize. Hold on. This is prize I have for him. This is prize. I have to send it to him. Chief PNM fanboy. I got this for you. I bought this specially for you. For you, I bought it for you. You hear it? Okay. Chapeau de Beaufort in French, right? Means fool's hat. Okay, no, you know, like the court jester. That's what it is, right? I'm gonna give him this one. Gavin, this is yours, buddy. Give me an address, send me an address, and I'll give it to you. And you know what? You can give it to the head of the PNM, and you can give it to Charles down there, and also besides that, give it to Rowley too. You all could all share it. And you know what? The nice thing about it, I make sure I got me a model head. So when you put it on, it actually stretches to fit. Right? And since you like to deflect and distract, right? This is what I got for you. So the Tinkerbells on the end is to warn everyone, is to warn everyone when you're approaching. So that when you come around them, they know you're there to deflect and distract. When they hear the bell, they know what that means. To distract and deflect. Right? You're the Joker. Just like the Joker in the Royals back in the days. What the Joker used to do when the Royals have to think about such an idea or they have to make an announcement that's very serious and will impact everyone, right? What happened was that they'll bring the court jester to take their mind off of it while they made the impending decision, right? That's what it is, and it better be good because if it ain't good, they'll kill it, right? So this is what you do: deflect and distract. I've got this hat for you. Look at that. Look at those multicolors. Chapeau de Beaufort, right? Right? Hat for the food. Got him. Come claim your prize. Give me your address. Inbox me. I'll give it to you. And then you and Rowley can share it. If you need more for the rest of the PNM members who not paying attention and don't care about their self-preservation, I can get more for you all. That's what I can get. Sorry about that. I have to say it. Normally I'm not like that, but this guy is something else. And imagine this. This guy got an HDC house. His brother's the head of the PNM, and he has an HDC house. Tobago, the THA owns 40% of the arable land there, but nobody else can get houses. There's garbage going on across there, but I'm coming for them. I'm coming for them. So this is what's happening. And I'm sorry to be in this kind of high energy person and this high energy way, but they got me angry. I got angry and angry and angry and angry and angry because they lack total vision. No vision, no vision, no damn leadership. They don't care about how you survive and how you don't survive and everything like that. This is what happened. And then I got 2 interviews yesterday, where the head of the THA was saying, they had an interview with some reporter, and they were saying, well, about why they need to move the airport and why they need 84 extra acres and everything like that. Excuse me. And the general manager of the Airports Authority was saying, well, we need it because it has been a long time coming and everything like that, and we need to do it. And I'm like, really? You guys destroyed it. You PNM destroyed the sea bridge deliberately. Nobody talk about no airport or anything like that until you all start making all the side deals with Sandals. Okay? That is what's happening. They're doing it for Sandals. They're not giving it. I said, well, if you're gonna spend, you're gonna spend close to $2 billion of money out of the treasury. You're gonna mortgage the treasury to the Chinese to give this airport. And this treasury belongs to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, not to the people of Tobago. The people of Trinidad and Tobago, it belongs to them. Why the hell we need a big airport for? And we don't have the visitors, so you get a return on investment. Why there's no 1/32 scale model, so we can see what's involved, who are the people who are involved in the concessions? Is it the 1% where your financiers? Who's going to involve? Who's going to get the concessions? Because of any airport, concessionaries is a major driver for money and revenue. Nobody talks about that. Nothing, because they feel we're all stupid. So now you're gonna grab a money the same way they did for the gas to liquid project, which is done by this Malcolm Jones, right? He dead now. $5 billion. And what they did was some tomfoolery idea. And what they did, they took that are old Mexican refinery, and they took parts of a old Mexican refinery, and they bought it in there to say, okay, we do a gas to liquid project. This is bullcrap they're doing right now. And these people not understand that these people follow the same model where all is about themselves. It's all about themselves. They're till to feed at the trough and taking people money and everything like that. And then this is what they're doing. This is what they're doing. So for every one of them, I give them a fool's hat. Is it called jester hat? Yeah, a joker. That's what it is. It's a joker's hat. Yeah, a joker. A full joker. Where? So we know we're up to bullshit. So when they come close, we stay far away from you. Right? This is what's happening. This is what they're doing. They're mortgaging every damn thing. We don't know anything about the pitch lake. We don't know how much revenue it makes, what it's doing, how much money it has made, what's the return on investment. Nothing. We hear nothing about it. Yet he's talking about, oh yeah, we're gonna use the pitch lake for the Chinese project. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? All right. And then if we come and talk about our leader Philip Alexander is a con man, and he's a con man, and he's a this and he's that. I said, well, say his name, say it out loud so he can hear you. So he can hear you. Say it loud so he'll take that HEC house away from you. Say it loud. Say it loud. Since you want to talk that crap, say it loud. Because this is what they do. This is what they attack you, they attack the people, they attack everyone around us, because all the mistake we make was standing up for our country and saying, you know what, enough is enough. We're not going to do this anymore. We're not going to put up with this bullcrap anymore because the money is going out. They bought, right, in Kamala's time, they bought 12 Coast Guard ships. Where is it not patrolling? Why is it not visibly when you're driving around in Trinidad or in Tobago, you don't see a Coast Guard ship standing offshore anywhere along the points in the island? What I said, no diesel fuel? Bullcrap. Bullcrap. There's a shipwrighter agreement. We signed a shipwrighter agreement in 1994, meaning that what happened is that we flag the US Coast Guard, we flag the Canadian Coast Guard, we flag the British Coast Guard to stop the importation of the drugs. The drugs are coming in hard. You guys don't know how deep this thing is. This is serious, and this is happening. The drugs coming off from Colombia, through Venezuela, to China is coming in real hard. And then when the drugs come into Trinidad, then it get processed and the drugs goes out. When the drugs go out and it's sold, the money, the dirty money comes back in. And when the dirty money comes back in, then whoever receives the dirty money put up a store, put up a furniture factory, put up a franchise, whatever it is, partially out of that money. And then that becomes an economic engine to wash the money. That's the washing machine, to wash that money clean. People not understand the whole concept of what goes on. So now what happens is that money get washed. That money get washed because now I put in a pizza store, and my pizza store actually makes maybe $1,500, maybe let's say $10,000 a week. But from the opening, I make sure that I'm gonna put in $300,000 per week, and I keep it like that because by doing that, what it does, it doesn't drop below a certain figure, or it doesn't go higher than a certain figure, so it doesn't attract any more attention. That's what it is. But the real figure is actually $10,000 a week. That's what the real figure is. So that becomes a virtual washing machine, and then it goes back into a commercial bank. The commercial bank washes it, and then that money becomes clean money, and then that money gets wired out to whoever in Panama, or wherever it is, where there's no jurisdiction. And the people who are behind this don't touch the load. I knew of a guy recently who was deeply involved in the trade. He got caught here, by the way. He got caught here because a lot of them do get caught, and he was caught, right? Allegedly seemed to be, when they interrogated him, seemed to be a really nice guy, and he loved to sail. He loved to sail from Trinidad all the way up to Miami, Florida. He thought he did it like about 8 times. He did it 8 times, and he never got caught. And he felt that on the 9th time that he wasn't gonna get caught. That's what he felt. Because on the 8th time, what happened was that they search him, they search a boat, they search everything, they search a boat, they search everything from keel to stern, everywhere, right? They couldn't find him. They couldn't find the drugs in the port of Miami. They could not find the drugs. Look for him all over, they couldn't find the drugs. But what the dogs should have looked for wasn't the drugs. They should have looked for the money. That's what they should have looked for the hard cash. But the drugs was looking for the drugs, not the cash. So that's what happened. So he got away, and he should have said, you know what? It was close, enough is enough, and I stopped. Nope. He started doing 9 trip, and the 9th trip, he was caught. He was caught. Now he's doing 15 to 20 years now. Okay? But guess what? He can't go to Trinidad and squeal about what's happening because they already threatened his family that if he decides to squeal, they're going to kill his family. That's what happened. And a lot of these people who are deeply involved are the so-called upstanding, so-called citizens in the country who's opening stores left, right, and center. They're deeply involved in the trade. Okay? This is what happened. But our government is protecting them. That's what our government is. They're protecting them a whole lot. A whole lot. That's what they're doing. Protecting them. That's why they create the financial intelligence unit without no teeth. None whatsoever. Right? Yep, you have Dancing Dylan. Hello, Donna, Jason, Nadine, TJ, and Lawrence, and Darwin, and Felicia. This is what they're doing. But we're on to them. Just like the other set of guys recently last week, they did the same crap again, but this time wasn't drugs, it was guns. They started bringing assault weapons into Trinidad, but they're stupid because they thought that not because the port only searched only 40% of the load in Trinidad, they feel we don't search anything here. They got caught again. 2 guys, because they were straw buyers. So what they will do, they will go and get another guy to go buy the AR-15s for them here, because you can buy AR-15. So they go there, buy AR-15 with a driver's license, and they take it now, and they pay the guy the money for the AR-15. So let's say an AR-15 here is about going price about maybe a good one, $700 to $900 US. So but they'll find a straw buyer who has one, and he'll go to the gun shop and buy the AR-15 for them. And then they collect all the guns and they put in a container, and they thought that there was gonna be escape because our goods in Trinidad don't get searched. But they were caught here in Atlanta. And they got to be stupid because here Atlanta is the headquarters of the DEA. So they're stupid for thinking like that. Right? They up the river now. Well, tell them don't drop the soap. That's what it is. Especially one called Trini. Don't drop the soap. So this is what the whole collusion is going on here, right? So basically, what it is my turn to come in and rob the treasury. Your turn to come in to rob the treasury. My turn to come in to rob the treasury is my turn now, and the next part is my other turn to come rob the treasury, and they go back and forth like a pendulum swing, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. While at the same time, you as a person get screwed. You get screwed. You got screwed. And then they want to come and talk about PNM. Man, please. The PNM is run by the 1% financiers. It's run by the 1% financiers. It's run by them. It's not run by the so-called black people. That Rowley think because he's behaving like an African dictator. If he can run Trinity, they go like an African dictator or a despot. But we have something coming for him. Okay? That's what he thinks. So now it's okay for him and Ranson to go rape the Repo Savannah, right? Which are the ocelot, and have a lot of indigenous plants inside there that we need to document and keep, because who knows, one of those plants could be the key to create a new set of drugs for us. And the intellectual property rights on that plant, if we can synthesize it and process it right and make it commercially viable, could be worth billions of dollars for us for the next 25 years. Billions of dollars for us. But they don't think like that. As far as they're concerned, they put a highway to nowhere because for their financiers. But I say Wilson has an S500 Mercedes Benz. Terrence Dial saying you can't find medicine in the hospitals, but he has a new Jaguar, right? That's what it is. And that's what everybody playing games. Everybody playing games. Everybody playing games. Yep. No, I'm sorry, yeah, just the ETF. The DE and the ETF. No, it was a joint venture. DE and the ETF. Right? This is what happening. You don't know we are damn narco state. Straight up narco state. If you don't ever claim you don't have diesel for the friggin' Coast Guard boats, then go back to the shipwright agreement. 1994 shipwright agreement. We flag the US Coast Guard, we flag the British Coast Guard, and we flag the Canadian Coast Guard, and let them patrol the waters instead. And you're gonna see results. You're gonna see the guns gonna come down. You're gonna see the drugs are gonna come down. And once the drugs come down, we got a problem. We got a problem because now there's no more outflow of drugs from Trinidad to get hard US dollars cash coming back in. Then that becomes a problem. Because now you can't sustain the money laundering anymore. It can't be sustained anymore because, shucks, I have to put in $200 so the banks will be alerted. That from $300,000 it dropped to $31,000 or $2,000 in the space of 1 week. How the hell that happened? So the drugs can't stop. The drugs can't stop because the money still has to be washed. They're making too much money for washing. At the same time, if there's a shortfall, guess what they do? They take your treasury money, they take your US dollars, they made off the royalties from the oil and gas that belongs to you, and they use it to cover the shortfall. That's where the game is. It's all games. It's all games. It's all games. It's all games. And a lot of the people who were involved in the drug trade, they sent the children to the University of Miami, not because of the fact that they want to get a strong education, but because to make sure that when the drugs arrive there, they'll make sure that it is received and they get the cash. Going back. People don't know these things. This is serious stuff. Really, really serious stuff. And Wally sits back and he play games, and everybody play games with everything. And I don't care if any PA member see this and go back to Wally, please go back to him. Let me see for what it is. And I have a fool's hat frame. This is hat frame. See? You know when he's coming. There you go. I got the hat frame. The Joker's hat frame. Court jester. That's what he's, a court jester. Over and over and over and over again. I'm tired of seeing drug busts here, drug busts there, and people trying to get involved here, people trying to involve there, this gun bust here involved because of the fact they have to feed the system. They got to feed the system. Meanwhile, the small business people who are the economic engine of any economy, you starve them. Why starve them for? And this is what they're going on. Same thing in Buffalo. People here will pay I kid you not, 4 to 10 times the price if someone can make Buffalo cheese. Just for the heck to say, you know what? It's rare. I've never had it before. Because you don't have it, I have it, it's going to cost more. And people will pay it. People will pay it. People will pay for stuff like that. But why we don't think like that, or have buffalo lips or steaks, or anything like that, and cut it pretty thin, and ship it out blast frozen. But we can't think like that because of the fact that the people who involved, who's supposed to be our leaders, are misleaders. They're supposed to represent your vote, but they don't represent your vote because they don't care about you. And when you start to understand why they don't care about you, right, it's faster you'll think about your own self-preservation and vote them out. You have to get rid of them, because if you don't do it, the next time around, what's going to happen in trying to do the economy? They'll come crashing. You have Venezuelans coming in. Venezuela, I'll say give them about 6 to 9 months, and Venezuela is going to implode. I'll say give it 6 to 9 months. About 6 to 9 months. Trinidad and Tobago cannot absorb 13 million Venezuelans, or even 5 million Venezuelans on the eastern side of Venezuela. What are we doing about it? What are we doing in the management about it? Right? We haven't done anything about it. It's okay. Get a Venezuelan here, get a Venezuelan there, and everything like that. Then we get displaced, and then what happens? And then what happens is that they end up with the money, and you end up with nothing. And the same thing, what's happening in Tobago, with the same thing, we're using China. They're going to bring Chinese financing with Chinese labor. Chinese don't get financing unless you have labor involved. You're going to have their labor involved. They bring the pressure back. They ease the pressure, ease the population pressure from the Chinese. That's why they have been using their loan facilities, the soft loan diplomacy, as a tool and a leverage. It does two things. One, it eases the population pressure because they're getting the loan with the people, the labor to go with it. So when they ease off that now, you take 6,000 Chinese and you use them on this project and everything like that with Chinese loans. I remember I told about loans. Interest rates are created from nothing. So what happened was that the government now have to pay back the Chinese the money that they spend. At the same time, the Chinese make the money. At the same time, the out of 6,000 Chinese who are there, maybe 5,000 Chinese stay. And then now it puts pressure on the land prices, and the land speculation goes up, and the price of land will be out of price of the average Tobagonian. So now they can't afford the land anymore. This is what created that. And then after they put the sandals, after that's destroyed the Boko River, they put the sandals there now. You have 4,000 people who's gonna provide labor for sandals. Most of them be outside of Tobago. Guess what? They're gonna find somewhere to stay. Where are they gonna stay? Where are they gonna stay? They're gonna find places like I have to put up an apartment building and everything like that. The cost is gonna go up. And when the costs go up, the average Tobago cannot afford the rent. Then they get priced out of their own country. This is what I'm talking about. These are games that they play. Yep, that's right. The Chinese, well, of course, there are people in the US. That's what it is. The Chinese are changing tactic right now, because besides what's happening in the United States with Trump putting all these tariffs and stuff like that, which is wrong as far as I'm concerned, but that's another topic for another time. What is doing now? The Chinese are changing tactic, because what happened is that the amount of hard cash they have is declining by like 2 to 3% per year, and they're noticing it. So what the Chinese are doing now, they want to fund things like port operations and things like what they do. They want with the sandals there, because what it does, it gives them a sustainable income of the interest rates, and that's what it is. And that interest that they make from giving that loan and the labor, but what it also does, it avoids them from investing more money in the U.S. Treasury. This is what it is. That's all it is. It's a game. It's a geopolitical game. It's a geopolitical game. Yeah, Keita, you miss a lot, because I'm going to wrap it up in about 10 minutes. In about 10 minutes, I'm going to wrap it up. This, Keita, so this is called Jester Joker hat, right? This is for a special person who attacked me in my last live. The chief sycophant, chief fanboy, Gavin Walters, is for him. I wanted to give me his address so I can give it to him, so everyone will be made aware about the court jester, right? Anyhow, so this is what it is, and that is why we are the way how we are. Right? This is why we are. Everything is designed. Everything is designed over and over and over again, and that is why, if everything works out and we kick out these two bandits out of there, first thing we're gonna do is to kick out the central bank. All the top tier executives, Fire every single one of them. Fire them. Fire every single one of them. Every single one of them. And change it. Change the policy and change the distribution of how the forex is going to be distributed. You give it to the farmers, you give it to the manufacturers, the small manufacturers who's creating forex and need hardware materials from foreign in order to export to get more forex. Not for frigging cars, not for flipping cars. So Neil Massey and Sabga Motors, they can get $31,000, $50,000, $80,000 US dollars to import a vehicle. But someone who has a small agro-processing factory and need 10,000 US in order to buy a factory, a smaller factory, a modular factory, can't get it. They can't get it. That makes no sense. Central bank not knowing who wants the forex because the commercial banks can shield who wants the forex from the central bank. All the central bank got to respond to is how much shortfall they have in forex and how much they need. That's it. That is it. And that's a crux of the matter. That is exactly what's going on. And that's why I keep saying over and over again, why Ashma, you want a hat too? Sorry. The Joker hat, chapeau de buffoon, right? The shop, right? Hat for the buffoons, right? Called just a Joker hat. And then the 4 warning bells. This is what happened. So people are right all along. This is something that they did deliberately. Because by doing that, you destroy the small business. And when you destroy the small business, this is what happens. You destroy the small business, that means that you have nobody to challenge you. And then therefore, all our forex goes in a cycle. Goes in a cycle between the 1%ers, the money and the money launderers. And of course, the bank don't give a crap because the bank is making insane profits. Insane profits, outsized profit for the amount of depositors that they have on average. They don't care. And banks don't want to lend you money for housing. Why they want to do that? Why they want to do that? Why they want to lend you money for housing? Why they can lower the interest rates and do that? No, they don't want to do that. Because if they do that now, they get exposed more. And if they get exposed more, that means that if there's a shortfall in CS forex or currency, right, they won't be able to sustain it. People need to understand this. People need to understand all of this. It's feeding time at the Treasury. Everybody's having a feast. At the same time, your vote based on based on the yearly budget, your vote is worth $240,000. Your vote. And instead of them representing you and your needs and your wants and your desires, you're representing the 1%ers. The 1%ers who are controlling the parties. These two bandit parties. And they're all bandits. Don't call them no honorable anymore. Do not call them any honorable. They're all bandits. Put a bandit before their first name, because that's what they are. Nothing more than bandits. Every single one of them. And they knew about this. And they did nothing about it. Nothing. Look at Maritime, same thing. 2006, 2010. Kamala followed the same frigging crap, and she did the same thing too. Everybody keeps saying diversify, and nobody's diversifying. They don't want to diversify. This is the kind of foolishness we gotta deal with. And at the same time, you stifle innovation. You stifle the damn innovation. You stifle innovation. You stifle the small business from expanding and everything like that. You don't want innovation. You want it to remain the same over again. But I tell you, the day we get in there, the day we remove these two bandits out of here and stop using race to divide all of us, everything changes. You want to see how much innovative products we can generate? You want to see the forex? Now imagine this. I belong to the Trinidad Association. Listen to this crap. I belong to the Trinidad Association of Georgia here right now. When the PNM came into power in 2016, we wrote them a letter because traditionally what happens is that there are a lot of Trinidad and Tobago citizens here in Georgia who need like passports and other stuff like that the embassy can do in Florida, or birth certificate. So what they normally do is that you'll once a month or twice a month or every 6 months, they'll bring someone from the embassy in Miami and travel 800 miles, come to here to Georgia, and they can process for Trinidad and Tobago citizens, and they do that. We asked them if they're going to do it. Since when they came to power, they said no, they're not going to do it. And every time we try to call them, all we get is an answering machine and over and over again. They can't get a hold of no human. Someone want to do investment, they ask me, I beg them, I call, no answer to anyone. The guys are screaming, your country is weird. All right? Imagine, this has the largest airport, the biggest airport in the world. So much stuff can go on here. Last year, at the Trinidad and Tobago Association, when we went to City of Atlanta, who controls the airport, they asked us to put a display booth. We won the title for the best display, and people are asking about our products. And we begged the Trinidad and Tobago embassy in Miami to send us a trade mission to do something here. They refused to answer. They did nothing. We sent them letters. Nobody answers back. Nobody. So I'm like, you know what? Screw this bullshit. Why do I have to deal with these fools? You have embassies all over Trinidad and Tobago. I'm sorry, all over the world. Embassies. What's the function of the damn embassies? Isn't it to promote trade? Isn't it to promote trade? So we have indigenous products in Trinidad, and what this will do, get their lazy butt off and go out there and start some trade fairs or go to trade fairs. But they don't do that. And people want all products. Imagine last time when I went back and I come with all my, all the different stuff, whatever I have and everything that it was gone within a day. Everybody wanted. Charlie, can you buy me some? Can you get me some? Nah, I'm not going back right now. Can you get me this? Can you get me that? Can you get me all the stuff? Nope. I can't. I really can't not right now because I don't have the time to do it. Right? No trade, but yet the same Trinidad and Tobago citizens are the ones who's creating the carnivals on Eastern Parkway in New York City, which is the largest parade in the country. Eastern Parkway, we have one in Virginia, we have one in Maryland, we have one in North Carolina, and we have one in Atlanta. Atlanta starts with the carnival season in North America. Atlanta, we have one in Florida. All Trinidad and Tobago citizens created all this. And all these carnivals has generated millions of dollars for these locations. And yet, we don't have nobody from the Trinidad and Tobago embassy out there representing Trinidad and Tobago. All right, I'm going to sign off now. Okay? Talk to you all later, but we have more to talk about. You all have a good day, and anyone who wants a hat, probably let me know. All right. Talk to you later. Take care. Bye-bye.